The plan for today is your homework day. That is what we are going to focus on so you can get your 2 hours of recorded video done. My focus is to give you ample time to be able to get that done before we wrap up on Monday at 4. So I wanted to actually carve out time for today so you can do exactly that. So what we're going to go over a bit this morning is we are going to go through sun salutations. I'll have you guys do read it back to me like we went over yesterday, since we didn't get a chance to do that yesterday afternoon. And then I'll go over the directions for your homework, and then we'll log off so you all can get started on your recordings today. And my hope is that by the end of the day, you'll have at least 2 hours of recorded video. So that's the plan as it stands right now. So let me go ahead and open the worksheet from yesterday. Oh, and we're going to look at do a few posture breakdowns as well. So I'll share screen on my side so you're able to see. And I'll also send you the link to this video. This is one that I like to use instead of using my own. I know you all see me teach online like all the time and do asana practice, but when I'm lecturing, it feels really weird to watch my own video. So I like to use this one for our posture breakdown. So, but I will give you that link. So let me send that to you now. Wow. So you have it. So if you want to copy and paste this and keep it for your notes, this is a good teaching guide for the half primary series, which we are going to continue to talk through over the next few days. Okay, so let's go back to our Ashtanga worksheet. And I will share screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So, here I scroll. There we go. All right. So we start at the top of the mat at Samasthiti. So those are big toes touch, heels are apart. And it's Ekam inhale, arms raised. So we're raising the arms up overhead. Gaze is toward the thumbs. Dwe, exhale, fold. Go forward, fold, hinge at hips. Trini, inhale, head up only. Chatvarya, jump back, lower down, chaturanga. Or in some cases, that jump back and chaturanga happens simultaneously. You'll see that in just a moment. Pancha, inhale, chest lifts for up dog. Shat, exhale, hips raised for down dog. Here we breathe 5 times with 4 seconds in between each breath. We sapta, jump through, feet to hands, half lift. Ashto, exhale, fold. And Nava, inhale, brings you all the way up, hands come up above head. So that's Surya Namaskar A. Then we'll Surya Namaskar B. A, come inhale, arms raised, knees bend for chair pose for Utkatasana. Dve, exhale, fold. We forward fold, hinge at hips. Trini, inhale, head up only. Chatvare, jump back, lower down, chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, chest lifts. Shat, exhale, hips raise. Sapta, right foot steps through to right hand, and we inhale, both arms raised to warrior 1. Ashta, exhale, fold. We frame the front foot with the hands, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Nava, inhale, chest lifts for up dog. Dasha, exhale, hips raised for down dog. Then from here, we'll do the second side. Akadasha, left foot steps through to left hand, right heel turns down. We inhale up for warrior 1. Dvadasha, exhale, fold. We forward fold, frame the front foot, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale, chest lifts for up dog. Kachordasha, exhale, hips lift for down dog. Here is where we breathe 5 times. with 3 to 4 seconds between each breath. Panchadasha, inhale, we jump feet to hands. Sodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, inhale, we come back to chair, and then back to Samasthiti. Hang on just a moment. Oh, from there, we would do our sun salutations, 5 A's, 5 B's if we're doing the primary series. Even if we're doing the half primary series, it's going to be 5 A's and 5 B's. Typically, on a regular practice day, if we're working on our own self-practice, self-led practice, 3 A's and 2 B's usually gets the job done. So I know we've gone over this. We went over this yesterday with me reading through it. So I want to give you all the chance to read through it as well and to do that aloud. What I will do is I will stop the recording so we don't have any nerves or any discomfort there regarding that portion.
It's definitely going to take me practice, and
Yes.
and so the visual is very helpful. And then as I'm watching, I found myself saying it with her, and then releasing judgment of myself to retain it all immediately because I want to. However, giving myself grace to let my mirror neurons kick in, and eventually this will become familiar.
Yes. So I will say for myself, I have heard this class called over the past 6 years. And I still study it when I have to teach it. I still go back and review because if you don't use it, if I haven't, taught out loud for a week or so, it gets kind of sketchy in there. So I make sure that I go back and that I'm hearing it all the time. And also I like to go back and listen to it too to improve my own pronunciation. Because sometimes you can't totally hear all of it. You don't pick it up the first go round. It just gives you space to improve. So I will definitely say give yourself grace when it comes to learning the count and learning the names. And then when we get into the postures themselves, you heard her say Padangusasana, these words are long. So getting the cadence of the syllables and the pronunciation, it all takes time. I just wanted you to get an opportunity. We read it through yesterday. You heard me read it through 2 or 3 times yesterday. This morning, now you got to see it and you got to hear it from someone else. We talked it through again this morning. It's that repetition that gives you the opportunity to get it into your brain and into your body. Okay. So please, please, please be patient with yourself and give yourself grace and do not, or do your best not to let your inner critic get the best of you when it comes to learning this, because you literally are learning a new language. So, and
Yes.
being asked to breathe and move all at the same time, like that's a tall order for anyone. All right. And oh, by the way, stand in front of someone and do all of that all at the same time. so yeah, so I feel like there's definitely room in there for us to kind of cut ourselves a break and give our brains the opportunity to absorb this information. So, do you have any questions regarding sun salutations?
I don't have a question, but another
Mhm.
thought that came to mind was um, doing this exercise helps me build another level of appreciation for you, the teachers, because this is an offering, basically. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
because the mechanisms the tools you have to put in place to be able to serve, because as someone who does not teach, I just flow and I flow solo the way I want to. It's all about me. I'm center
Mhm.
stage for me. But as a teacher, now you're taking in this information in another language to serve someone else. And so now you're serving yourself in another capacity, stepping outside of yourself, serving yourself as learning and student. And then you morph into that teacher to offer what you built up for the student so that they can be centered.
Yeah, it gives you a different level of appreciation, and you realize just how much of a student that you will always have to continue to be in order to be able to adequately teach. Because there's no way that you can kind of you can't really, with Ashtanga in particular, you can't really put it down and be like, I'm just going to go back to this thing after I haven't done it for 6 months. It is extremely taxing on the body, because as you can see, the practice is relatively vigorous. From that perspective, just getting your own practice back in order, and then getting back in the habit of using your Sanskrit and making sure your breath work is working, and all of these things. It's definitely something that requires that tapas that we were talking about, that discipline that we talked about yesterday, um, to really get into it, and get the most that you can out of the experience, both as a student and as a teacher. It's a job. It's definitely a job. It requires work and time and attention and effort for sure. Now, I enjoy teaching. I wouldn't do it if I didn't, and I enjoy being able to share that gift with other people, because once you get it, once you see people get it, it's very rewarding, because you
Mm,
also know and respect the amount of effort that they put into to get there as well.
right.
So yeah, so this I really do. And the more I teach, the more I have a deeper appreciation for the student experience. The more that I'm a student, the more I have a deeper appreciation for the teacher experience. So it definitely works hand in hand. And speaking of teaching, you're going to get to do the thing this morning and build your videos. And this is another layer of this that I have another a different level of respect the more that I teach and create content, as a teacher and as a business owner as well. That when you record yourself, your inner critic can get very, very noisy. Okay. It can all of a sudden have all of these things to say about your appearance, about how you sound, about how your body moves. Just all that brain noise gets very, very loud and noisy. I encourage you to do your level best not to listen to any of it. We record, we don't judge. Your job is to get the recording made, and then my job is to help you tweak it for teaching purposes only. Okay? We are not concerned about the aesthetic of how it looks in your physical body. What I am concerned about is, are you able to safely articulate with your words and your actions as you teach? Are you safely able to articulate those things to a student that may be directly in front of you? That's what we're going for. This is not a pass fail. This is not a let me tell you everything that you're doing wrong when it comes to teaching. It is not that either. The only thing I want to know is, can you keep bodies safe as they are moving on the mat? And does the level to which you are teaching and the cues to which you are using lend itself to a student that may not know you from anyone, lend itself to a student being able to follow along with what you're doing? Okay, so let's all make a vow now that we are not going to judge ourselves about how we look in these recordings. We are going to turn the camera on. We're going to use our rear facing camera because it usually works better, in a well lit room, and we're just going to record. All right. That's the vow that we're going to make right now for our homework. The other thing to do, or that I would like for you to try to do, because it does make it easier for me to watch these, is if there are fewer distractions in the background, and as little, and I know this is hard when you're at home and have family and things, but as little noise as possible, as a little additional noise as possible, so I can hear you. Because without the cues, I don't know what's going on. Okay. the type of class that you can teach. You can put together whatever flow that you like, whatever feels good for your body. It just know that not only does it need to necessarily feel good for your body, it needs to make sense for the people that are following along with the class that you are creating. Okay. You want to make two 60-minute classes. So you're going to make two 60-minute classes. You can record 30 minutes, take a break, then come back and record the other 30, and then send me the whole thing all smashed together, however you want to edit it and put it together. Or if I were you, the easier way to do it is just record 60 minutes at a time, be done with it, and send it to me. You're going to record it in YouTube, and then you're going to upload it as unlisted. Then from there, you will email me that link. Okay. Um, that is how I will know. And then in the subject line, just put video homework so I know what it is when I receive the email. Any questions regarding doing the recording? Comments, concerns, worries, anything regarding this recording your 2 hours of video?
No. So what we're recording is the Namaskara and the Sunya Maskara, and
You
that's
can record the Surya Namaskar A, so you can record Sun Salutation A, Sun Salutation B. You can do those as well. You can use those as your warm up, but in total, you want to put together a full 60-minute class for the recording.
okay.
Okay, so I like to use sun salutations as a warm up. You're going to need them anyway for your Ashtanga practice, so why not use them, right? And considering we just went over them, then that way you don't have to build a brand new warm up. Um, so yeah, so I would use them. It will save you time in having to create an additional warm up for the class. And then the other part of using them as a warm up, you know that the body is fully warmed up in all directions, front, back, side to side. You know that it's fully prepared to do whatever class that you are teaching. You want to make sure that students are adequately warm anyway. So that's an easy way to build that fire and to get that done.
Got it.
Okay. Any other questions? Comments, concerns? Okay, so here's what I would like for you to do. I'm going to give you from now until the rest of the day. You basically have the rest of the afternoon to record your videos. Once they are done, you can email them to me. Text me first so I know that you're going to send the email. The goal is to get them done today. If you do not get them done today, I totally understand, but I really do want to give you this time to get them done. My hope is that by doing this way, by carving out today for this particular task, that it increases the likelihood that you'll get them to me by the end of the day on Monday. So we're not waiting essentially to until the last minute to do this activity. There's another thing I needed to tell you, and it just slipped my mind. So yeah, email them to me, 60 minutes, two of them. If you have any questions, you can text me along the way. Obviously, I'm available until 4 o'clock today because that's my teaching time and schedule to be open for you for any questions that you may have. If you happen to get stuck or you're worried, is this not good? Keep recording anyway, because when I grade it and review it, I'm going to give you feedback for the video that you sent. So don't stress about, oh my gosh, I need to stop and start over. Just keep going. Just keep going. And the reason I give you that advice too is because sometimes when you're teaching, you heard me do it yesterday where my words got stumbled. I lost my place in what I was doing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to, recalibrate. But I need to keep going because there's a class that is still going on. So if you get stuck, if you get tongue tied, if you forget to do one side of the body, all of these things happens when you're teaching. Go back and do it and just keep pushing through. Encourage yourself to continue to push through. The other advice that I could give is pick your apex posture first. So if there is a particular posture that you know that you want to work on during the sequence that you're building. Pick that first and put it kind of like at the top of your mountain, if you will. And then the first thing you're going to do is warm up, and your warm up leads you to that posture, and then have some sort of cool down, and that cool down leads you to Shavasana. Just so, or Sukhasana, just so you can have some sort of framework about how to build a class. All right. Any other questions with what I just went over?
Now, question for the portion, are we also using these Sanskrit names on the
You,
sheet?
you can, if you want to. You can get super fancy, and if you want to look up the names of any of the postures that you happen to be doing, you're more than welcome to leverage what I've put in front of you. Hint, hint. It's also why I gave it to you as a worksheet, so you can have an idea of what poses and postures you that are available to you to build a class. I wanted to at least give you some framework and some ideas of postures that you can use to build class.
Okay. And when building class, are we only to use Sanskrit words or can we use other words?
Use English and Sanskrit. The reason you want to mix it in is so your students that are in the general public, they know what the hell you're talking about. Because if you don't translate for people, it makes yoga seem like this unattainable thing that people can't, just walk in off the street and join a class and do. Because we've all had that experience where we walk into a class and you're looking around, you're like, what are they talking about and what's going on here? And
Right.
Ashtanga lends itself to that because, of course, you hear in the beginning of class, you hear the opening chant, and you're like, did I walk into the right place? It's not in English to begin with. So we do want to use English as much as possible to make sure people feel included, and they have an opportunity to learn what these words mean. So if you want to use Navasana, you can write out the word Navasana and then next to it put boat pose. It's boat posture. That is totally fine to do. Other questions? Any other thoughts? Are y'all ready to do this? Are you nervous about it, or are we excited? How do we feel?
I feel nervous. However, at the same time, um, I do, I am excited about the opportunity to commit the poses into learn well my associating the English poses with the Sanskrit words for those poses because I know the poses, I just don't have the nomenclature, and so now I can work on association.
Wonderful. I'm excited for you to have the opportunity to do that. Star, how are you feeling about it?
Actually, I'm excited
Good.
because one, I live in Costa Rica and I just heard a howler monkey. So I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they were in the background?
That would be cool.
Um, and I know you're like, yeah, it's not how it looks. And I was like, but also we're gonna be moving houses. And I
Mhm.
was just like having a video of me teaching in this space is gonna
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually making me excited. Um,
That's cool.
and yeah, where, just, even going back to that first day when we were talking about, having our yoga space, having, cleansing
Mhm.
that and that, being part of ooh, is it dusha? No, that's to
Your
clean in Spanish.
doshas?
Yes, but just no, 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 the purity.
Oh,
Salcha?
Satya.
Yeah. And like what that means for me is, like cleaning the space off before I
Mhm.
take a video and, like that. And I'm like, yeah, like let's get into that ritual.
I love that.
And
I creating that
yeah,
sacred space to get on your mat.
exactly. And like hearing her do the chants before, it's like I don't do like chanting typically. Um but just having my own, like affirmations prior to going in and then just doing it. So I'm like, okay, like literally, I'm like getting my space together to clean and not to make it, oh, just like Instagram worthy because I don't use Instagram that way. But that idea of like, no, this space, was a good space for our landing space here in Costa Rica. And now I can kind of capsulate that on top of having this yoga experience too. So very long-winded. I'll give you the the look. Here it is.
Okay.
There's the how do I turn the
Ooh.
video? Oh, here it is.